Hello everyone, Firemac here, and welcome back to my Endwalker playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Firemac. We're doing role quests, and now that we've done as much progress as we can on our tank quests, we're going to do our magical DPS quests with Ishgardian Delicate. Our Aching Souls. The Ishgardian Delicate seeks a battle mage with courage unwavering. Ah, my Lord Firemac, I have waited your coming. The phenomenon wherein men turn into monsters, it pains me to say that Ishgard has not been spared. A dread blasphemy has appeared in the Holy See, and to compound the people's horror, the beast resembles a dragon. 'Tis imperative that it be vanquished without delay, and to that end we have begun assembling a hunting party. Given that fear and despair may turn our allies against us, we are being stringent in who we choose for this duty. Yet, while we have confidence in the quality of our knights, the mission would greatly benefit for the presence of a battle mage, one who can stand unflinching in the face of our fell quarry. We would be hard-pressed to find an individual who fits that description better than you. Will you not lend us your strength and skill? Oh, very well. We are in your debt! Just a moment while I relate the glad tidings to command. To settle, upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the Aetheryte Plaza. Lord Artoriel... Artoirel? I think it's Artoirel. Like, it had some weird, pronunciation. With the receiver, may the Furies speed your way. Da-da-dee-da, we're going to Ishgard, oh baby. Look at all those sprouts. Artoirel. Artoirel. Artoirel? He was about to give me a hug. Firemac, I have been expecting you. Words cannot express how heartening it is to have you fighting beside us. Allow me to echo that sentiment. This sentiment or that sentiment? That sentiment. Okay. What's up, Amaric? Greetings, my friend. Lest you wonder, Lord Artoirel and I are leading the effort with the blasphemy. With your capable self in the fold, I have no doubt that we shall succeed. Yeah. Without further ado, I shall brief you on the situation. 'Twas a handful of days after the first beast appeared at Razahan. Yeah, that guy from the cutscene, I remember. An Elzen man was observed at the Hoplon in the pillars, walking with an unsteady gait. All of a sudden, he buckled over as if in pain, and before anyone knew what was happening, he had transformed into a terrible draconic beast. Oh, he's a heretic! Heretic! So he's just straight up a dragon, huh? At the mere sight of this, many who chanced to be present also turned, and regrettably the Temple Knights were forced to put them down. The blasphemy itself, however, took wing and fled. Profane Fafnir, we have chosen to call it, after the dragon man of Ishgardian myth. Fafnir, huh? Since that day, the beast has oft been sighted in the skies above Ishgard. It does not attack, only circles menacingly for a time, ere disappearing again. Alas, these brief visitations are enough to cause more people to turn, and for fear and panic to spread further. As part of our investigation, we have sought to identify the man who became the blasphemy, but thus far we have learned naught. We have, however, identified a common thread between those who subsequently turned. All were people of fervent faith, people such as priests and inquisitors. When the truth of our nation's history was laid bare, the legitimacy of the church was called into question. Many Ishgardians struggled to reconcile the revelations with their beliefs, and none more than the pious. Such men and women, we posit, would be more susceptible to despair, and therefore the transformation. We must find a way to stop it. Ishgard has only just emerged from a 1,000-year war, and we cannot suffer another great tragedy, much less so soon. In order to attain a better understanding of the situation, we intend to speak with a member of the clergy. The sole individual who survived witnessing the blasphemy's birth without being turned. Clem is his name, and he is a deacon at St. Romano's Cathedral. Romano's. Come, let us seek him out there at once. Alright, let's go to the cathedral! Oh, we woo, oh, we woo, oh, we woo. Clementine. Clem. Lord Emmerich, Lord Artwirel, the savior of Ishgard. Besides, you do me great honor. I am Clem. I serve as a deacon here at St. Romano's Cathedral. I understand you were among those at the Hoplin when the incident occurred. We give thanks to the Fury for your merciful preservation. We now seek to prevent the blasphemy from wreaking further havoc, and would appreciate any details you could provide. Loath though we are to make you recall unpleasant memories, will you not recount to us what you witnessed that day? Woo! Woo! Very well. We are presently relocating the vault's libraries to the cathedral. In case you were unaware, we had finished delivering a batch of tomes, and were on our way to bring over another. As we approached the Hoplin, we noticed a young man walking unsteadily. No sooner did he come to an abrupt halt that he transformed to a draconic beast. The fiend fixed us with a menacing glare, and it was all we could do to find our wits and flee. But to my compounding horror, my brethren who were with me began turning into monstrosities as well, one after another. Praise the Fury that you, at least, were spared, Deacon Clem. I cannot imagine how frightening the experience must have been. Maybe this guy, I vaguely remember him. Vaguely. Bishop Vartano! Or Vartanois, I think it's Noir. Vartanois. Forgive me if I interrupt. I was informed that our stalwart protectors were present and wish to express my gratitude. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for your service. I pray that we shall soon be free of this scourge. Indeed, if there is aught we might do to aid your efforts, you need but say it. You are most kind, Your Grace. Don't mind me, just watching. Freaking TikTok, man. The TikTok sounds, they're stuck in my head. That was Bishop Vartanois, the head of the St. Romano's, and a member of the Synod. With the seat of Archbishop vacant, he is, in fact, the highest authority in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. This is so. Yet in spite of his elevated station, he remains as kind and humble a man as any I have ever known. Like his grace, I would do all that I can to help shepherd our people through this uncertain time. To that end, there is a request I would make of you, if you could spare a moment to consider it. Of course, if it is within our power, we should be glad to offer you aid. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In the wake of the transformations, a group of clergymen fled in the city in fear. Yet, though they sought refuge in the wilderness, they put themselves at the mercy of the elements and fell fiends both. Given the cause of the transformation is not clear, I think theirs was a decidedly unwise decision. Actually, we know exactly why they transformed. I wish to set out and find them, but I'm not trained in the ways of war. As such, I require those who are to accompany me in the search. So that is the way of it. Suffice it to say, we will help. Do you know whether your fellows may have headed? The Western Highlands, I believe, between Gorgane Mills and Hemlock. There's no shortage of abandoned dwellings in the area. Very well. Time being of the essence, I propose we split up and scour separate areas. Firemac, if you could escort the good deacon to Gorgane Mills, Lord Artoirel, and I will tend to Hemlock. Don't mind me, just watching. It's like when there's nothing going through my head, that's just pops in first. Don't mind me, just watching. I'm sure to everyone who has no idea. Has no idea. TikTok, they'll have no idea what I'm talking about. Trust me, you're better off not knowing. Because it's just inanity. Inanity? Inanity. Inanity? It's I don't even know how to explain. Where am I going again? The heck am I going again? Oh, I'm going over the wrong way. Gorgane Mills. Man, I hope we weren't supposed to go on foot, because oh my god, I would hate that. Don't mind me just watching. 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 What? Don't mind me just watching. Don't mind me just watching. Whoa. Hey, 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 whoa. You! Ah, I see you found them. Yes, none the worse for wear, thank the Fury. None the worse for wear. My friends, forgive us if we have given cause for alarm. We come out of concern for your well-being. Though we understand why you quit the city, we fear you may have placed yourselves at greater risk by coming here. His Grace Bishop Vartenois too worries for your health and prays for your swift return. So please, will you not allow us to escort you to the Holy See? I assure you, you will be much safer there than in this wretched place. Ooh. Servants of the Fury will never be safe in this city, don't you see? This is your fault! You and your accursed revolution! The people disdain us, mock us behind our backs, and spit in our faces! Fool. And now someone's conspiring to transform us into monstrosities? Enemies of the church, I'll wager, emboldened by your deeds. So no, I will not go back to Ishgard. I'd sooner freeze to death than suffer your pity. Oh, well, look at him, there he goes. What? All I have ever done was in service to her. I am a good man. I do not. She cannot forsake me. And you've been forsaken. Alone may preserve. Yeah, let's get it away. We need to kill him. No, dude, we can't let that go. We know better than to let that go. Fine, we cannot allow him to harm any others. Give chase and do what you must. We will remain here and keep the others calm. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Go out? Yes, it is. Easy peasy. We got rid of that one. Look at them. Is it done, Firemac? Yep. Super easy. I put him to the torch. My thanks. What happened is most regrettable, but we must be grateful that no one else came to harm. While you were gone, the deacon was able to convince the others to return to the city. Let us escort them back at once, and then reconvene at the congregation to consider our next course of action. For our purposes, we have the use of the strategy room. Announce yourself to the guard without, and he will show you in. Heaven's forfend! To the congregation means the Forgotten Night, baby! Going back to Forgotten Night. No, well, not actually the Forgotten Night. Lord Emmerich and Artois Rel await you within the strategy room. Will you be joining them now? Of course. Dude, of course, of course. Of course, a horse. Lest you wonder, we have taken the clergymen to St. Romanos to rest and recover. If truth be told, the thought that they might still succumb to despair in turn remains at the forefront of my mind. Wait, what? May still succumb to remains at the forefront of my mind. Okay. Oh, that came out wrong when I said it, didn't it? Yet the risk would be greater still were we to keep them at arm's length and deny them comfort of the church. Indeed, from the words he spoke, the Inquisitor yearned for the days of old. He and others like him can scarcely be blamed. Since the truth of the nation's founding and the Archbishop's machinations were made public knowledge, the church has been in turmoil. Quite a while, man, because that was quite a while ago. Though we have made great strides in separating religion and state, there has been far less progress in the formation of the church. For our faith has been everything to us. Our purpose and our comfort. 'Tis not an easy thing to reconcile one's beliefs with the betrayal of our spiritual leaders. Thus torn between their hearts and minds, many Ishgardians feel lost, and none more so than the members of the clergy, whose faith was once unshakable. Little wonder, then, that the most dedicated devout are like to turn. So it seems, but further investigation is needed ere we draw a definite conclusion. I know why they transform. With the war's end, Ishgard has set out on a new path. The choice we make shall determine our course for the future. Come what may, we dare not squander the chance we have fought so hard to attain. To attain. Once the returned clergymen have sufficiently calmed down, I shall have the deacon speak with them, that we might gain insight to their individual plights. Good. Meanwhile, I shall take the opportunity to brief my men on recent developments. Pray, take a moment's rest, my friend. You have earned it. When you're ready to continue our work, you may seek us out here. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. So I can't continue this until we are 86, but we, my dear friends, are also a level 85 scholar. Don't ask me why. This is apparently what it looked like without any glamour. So yeah, that's a thing. Also, I must apologize. I never play Scholar. Like, I completely always cheat leveling up Scholar by just leveling up Summoner. And the more I look at how Scholar works, I don't like it. It looks confusing. Like, I've tried to make heads and tails of how it should work in comparison to my other healers, but it still kind of feels wrong. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's too much. Alright, so let's do our next introductory quest. And this time we're going to the Alamigan Delegate. Far from free. Oh, so are involved in Ferdola and Ralban. This confirms they're not gonna be in the main story. If they're gonna be over here. The Alamigan delegate to Radzat Han has grim news to convey. If you're ready to lend us your aid, I'll apprise you of the situation. We received reports of a creature believed to be a blasphemy stalking the streets of Alamigo. Troops have been assigned to track and slay the beast, but there are likely to be casualties. With most of our healers posted elsewhere, we had thought to petition you for aid. I'll be glad to help. Sounds like you need better soldiers, not more healers. But if I must, I like that one. At least it sounds like you guys need to get good. Ha! Well, no man or woman alive could hold a candle to the warrior of light. Whoa! But in any case, we're stretched rather thin at the present, given that we know precious little of our foe. We'd sooner turn to the best of the best now that turn to the best of the best now than wait until the need is undeniable. No doubt my Uldan comrades will be heartened to have you fighting alongside them. You see, as there have been no sightings of any blasphemies in our lands, we have joined our Alamigan allies in their hunt for the fiend. Trouble is, the majority of our own healers are working day and night to treat the tempered Imperials captured by Palgathon. For that reason, we too will be glad of your help. Your presence alone will be a great comfort to the troops, I'm sure. As time is of the essence, I ask that you make your way to Alamigan Quarter and report for duty. Commander Alden is overseeing the hunt, and he will explain all upon your arrival. May Ralgar grant you strength. I'm a healer. Look at me heal. I shall summon you, Eos. Yay. There. I'm a scholar now. Alright, to the Alamegan Quarter. It's like, yeah, so like the role quests are like a way for them to like include everyone else who's just not gonna get much spotlight in this expansion. From the looks of things. Which I don't mind, it's just, it just kind of basically ensures that they're not really gonna do anything in the main quest, which is really weird considering this is Endwalker, which is supposed to be like the end of a saga. And usually you'd think everybody would show up for that. Ah, Master Summers, we were told you were on your way, but this is even quicker than expected. I'll tell Commander Alden you've arrived. One moment, please. Cuts in time, baby. Cuts in time, baby. Glad you could join us! I don't think I've ever given Robon a good voice. Should be like loud and deep. It's just kind of hard to pull off. I appreciate that we've far greater crisis to worry about, but we cannot afford to ignore the situation here either. I'd like nothing more than hear about your recent adventures, but I'm afraid such pleasantries will have to wait. Well, that's the guy. That dude looks like he's ready to party, yo. Like, And Sarman and Thamner will have told you, a blasphemy is loose in Alamigo. When it first appeared, the city guard were able to get most of the bystanders to safety, and for a mercy, those caught in the chaos only suffered minor injuries. But the fiend has managed to escape has not been seen since. We must find it, and soon, for as long as it remains at large, every man, woman, and child is at risk. As was the case in Tavner, the blasphemy's very existence seems to spur the creation of lesser beasts. The longer it is allowed to roam free, the more tragedy our people will suffer. Are you certain it's a blasphemy? Did you see, and did anyone see the change take place? There we go, going straight to that. Because we know it's a blasphemy, like, come on. Aye, there were several eyewitnesses who gave the same account. A man walking through Alamegan Quarter felt his knees all of a sudden, and a moment later transformed into the monstrosity we now pursue. I just love that stone cold face we gave, like. But beyond the fact that he was a young Highlander, we know next to nothing about him. Even the description of his appearance are too vague to help identify the lad. And we've no clues to his name or background. For all we know, he might not have been born in Alamigo, might have been the son of refugees come to visit. There are other possibilities we're investigating though. That said, I doubt his circumstances are unique. Blasphemies and beasts are born when men are overcome by despair, and whatever drove him to turn likely could have done the same to another. Therefore, if we are to prevent future tragedies, it is imperative that we identify and address the underlying cause. Until we do, we'll have no choice but to deal with the afflicted the only way we know how, by granting them a quick death. For now, I would have you join the hunt and keep my men from falling prey to these creatures. Are you up to it? Dude, heck yeah? You know me, man. You have my thanks. And as chance would have it, we've just received word that a number of beasts were spotted on the outskirts of Alagana. The troops stationed there have already put them down, but were wounded in the process. First and foremost, they need medical attention, and that's where you come in. I'll meet you there. So we're going to Alagana now. Alagana. Alles ganas. Okay. Don't mind me, just watch it. Oh, Rowbone! Oh, Rowbone! Although the soldiers were able to lead the beast away from the village and cull the lot of them, victory did not come easily. In times like these, that our lack of healers is more sorely felt. It's times like these that our lack of healers is more sorely felt, yeah. I dare say they've yet to receive any treatment at all. See to their wounds, while I survey the area for any stragglers that may have escaped. Once I've completed my patrol, I'll head back to the village to gather eyewitness reports. Look for me thereafter. Alright, so you want me to freaking heal you? Freaking heal you? Good. This is Aldo killing. What? Why is it not? What? What? Well, that's different. God, to be good, I feel reborn. Hold on, you're Firemac, aren't you? I can't believe it. You're the one who inspired me to join the Resistance in the first place, and now you come to save me in my hour of need. I'll never forget this. Thank you. Thank you. Are you hitting him? Think she was hitting him. More if I find her. So this is different. If you guys don't know, in other quests, if you have to heal anyone, you actually have to use your healing magic. Now it's just, I'm healing you. Healing. I saw them change right before my eyes. Those weren't the monsters I killed, but innocent men. But it had to be done. There were others we had to protect. And thanks to you, I can continue to do just that. Once I've made my way back, I'll give a full account. The families, they'll understand. Yeah, good luck with that, dude. Woo! Oh wait, no, that's what's gonna cause some blasphemers to transform in front of us, isn't it? Isn't it? And there is nobody here. Oh wait, no, there's one dude. But he might be here for Stormblood stuff. Hey look, there's Arnvold. For treating the wounds of those soldiers, you have my thanks. And theirs too, no doubt. It seems they were indeed successful in slaying all the beasts, if my search is any indication, but we must remain vigilant. I've also spoken to several people who witnessed the moment of the transformation, though the ordeal is understandably left them rather shaken. I hear you've been through a fair few ordeals yourself, Firemac. As for me, I've kept busy with this and that, like getting the hang of this wheelchair. Honestly, it has its limitations, but it gets me where I need to go. I've been working with this new organization as well, which is what brought me here. But no sooner had I arrived than these locals turned. Ragnfrid, I heard you were there when it happened. What can you tell us? The ones who underwent the change are the very people we were trying to help. Perhaps I should explain from the beginning. The meeting Lise held in the Royal Palace marked a turning point for all of Garabania. It spurred us to open dialogue with peoples and communities we otherwise would have shunned. But there's still so many problems to be addressed and countless souls struggling to build new lives for themselves. I decided to form a volunteer group, the Silver Griffins. Our main concern is the welfare of the Alamegan two-sided of the Empire. For whatever reason, in helping them find their place in society, in particular, the surviving families of the Crania Lupi. Or Lupi. Or Lucky Lupi. But I thought you despised the skulls! Make no mistake, I've not forgiven them. I don't have that in me, and I doubt I ever will, but the memory of that day in the palace of Fordola asking to be locked up again after saving us all, it stayed with me. got me to thinking about why she and the other youths would commit such atrocities. Why they'd swear to serve the Empire. The answer was simple, because they'd seen what we'd seen, and suffered much the same. In a hell where all were condemned, they chose to betray one brother to save another. That's how the Garlands win. Not by breaking you, but by making you break yourself. By making that choice the right one for a man at the end of his tether. Healing only begins with liberation. And some scars never will, regardless. Those who've returned from foreign lands may have difficulty carving out a living here. The ones who'd pledged allegiance to Garlemald. This is not the Alamigo we dreamed of. But after 25 years of misery, I'll not see it all thrown away because we can't come to terms with the past. That's why I formed the Silver Griffins, to see that no one is cast aside. It's a cause I support, and it's what brought me here today. I've been acting as a mediator. In the short time he's been with us, he's proven himself a natural, but despite our early successes, the families of the Skulls continue to refuse our help. I think I see where this is leading. They're the ones who turned, yes? It comes as no surprise their kin tormented and murdered fellow Alamegans. Anyone with a conscience would feel shame and guilt, and for some, it might be too much to bear. I think I might know why they're turning us away. It's a sensitive matter, though, so let's go somewhere where we won't be overheard. It's about one of the men who turned. I saw his memories. With the echo. I'll pretend I understand it, but tell us what you learned. I'll not pretend I understand it. I only caught a glimpse, but that was enough. It was during the occupation, a man raising his son. Only the two of them. But they were family. To keep his boy clothed and fed, he chose to side with the Empire. He knew what others would say, but he did it anyway. And so he was branded a traitor. Every day his son listened to the jeering, the insults, but then there was nothing he could do. When he came of age, he joined the Skulls in the hope it would make life easier for his father. He never dared to question his orders, no matter how depraved. He died in the revolution, but not before killing his own countrymen. His father wept not for the betrayer and murderer, but for the man he could have been. He blamed it all on himself, right up until the change took him. I can only pray he and his boy have finally found peace they were denied in life. Alas, theirs is an all too familiar tale. They could not forgive themselves, nor can they see how anyone else could. The sins of their kin weigh heavy on them. They think themselves undeserving of our compassion. If they carry on like that, they'll turn into beasts. We've got to help them before it's too late. Growing up half Garland and Alamigo, I know how it feels to be shunned and hated, to hate myself. But so long as we give ourselves and others a chance, we can change for the better. And while I might not be as clever or eloquent as someone like Alphano, I know I can make a difference. I might not be quite the swordsman I used to be, but I'm still a fighter at heart, and I owe it to Abba and Auli to make most of this life so long as I've got it. We Silver Griffins will give our all to see that no more beasts or blasphemies ravage Garabania again. So, Commander Alden, do we have your approval to continue our work? Of course, there's no enemy more formidable than despair, and I'd be a fool to refuse your help. That even a single one of our people has succumbed to this transformation is proof of our failure to protect them. Therefore, I pledge the Silver Griffins my unconditional support. Together we will prevail. Now that we have Firemac on hand to aid the troops, I believe we are ready to face any beast we encounter. Though I fear it is only a matter of time before others appear, I ask that you lend the Silver Griffins your assistance in the meantime. Very good. For now, let's return to the city. Aw yeah, aw yeah, aw yeah, aw yeah, aw yeah, aw yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't mind me, just watching. The bad connection, it won't go away. Bad connection. Don't mind me, just watching. Don't mind me, just watching. Those who harbor guilt do so not because they are weak of heart, but because they have failed to meet the demands they make of themselves. 'Twas the same for me when I believed that my failures had led to the Sultana's assassination. The despair and self-loathing were indescribable. I was fortunate that you and the other Scions came to my rescue, that I had friends who convinced me I was more than the sum of my worst mistakes. Now we must do the same for the people of Alamigo. We must help them to heal and find the strength to, if not forgive, then come to terms with who we were, so we can look to who we can be, who we should apprise to be. This is precisely why the work of the Silver Griffins is so vital. Though our problems are not new, the emergence of this deadly phenomenon means we cannot afford to delay addressing them any longer, and we will be better for it ultimately. Once we've decided a course of action, you'll be the first to know. Until then, may Ralger watch over and keep you. We did it! Oh my gosh. That took a while. Cool. Alright, so we got a little bit of time left in the episode. Let's go back. We're done with the role quest for now, but we will be doing the role quest as we level up. And I will not do them on my own time. I will do them for the recording and for the Let's Play. Whoa! Hey, whoa! hey, whoa! So you guys ready? I know you've been dying for this. I mean, I kind of have been too. I had to tackle those quests. I had to. Alright. Return to Crystarium. Grahatia has something he wishes to give you. Take this, Firemac, my spirit vessel. Wait, what? What? Why? Why are we taking that? Are we bringing Elidibus back with us? Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower systems in the umbiculus. Oh, right. That's why we need it. Even the smallest fragment of Elidibus' essence remains. It should be possible to locate it. As for access to the umbilicus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are she still stands watch at the Exensor Gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I am living my life to the fullest, that I am happy, hardships and all. Well, we had best be on our respective ways. God's willing, we will see each other again ere long. Alright, so actually, you know, I just realized something. This might be a loophole, a plot hole. If you recall, Graha remembered that he imprisoned Elidibus right? But think about that. His vessel with his memories was made before the encounter with Elidibus. So that vessel did not have the memories of everything that happened after that. So the Graha that was in the memories should not have known about the specific details that happened after the encounter with Elidibus. I mean, we could have told him, of course, yeah, yeah, you did this. But if he has specific memories of doing the specifics of it, isn't that wrong? That shouldn't be in... He shouldn't have those memories. Am I wrong? Tell me in the comments below, or if you're watching in Twitch or whatever, to chat. It's just, what do you think? Am I overthinking this? Am I right that there's something wrong there? Well, either way, we're going to the Crystarium. We're going back to the first. Oh my god, guys! Did you think we'd be going back to the first? I didn't. I sure as heck didn't. Like, I thought we're done. We're done skis. Also, I did think Hyland did mention someone that made me think that maybe Reen was a possibility here. Oh, Lakeland. So we gotta talk to Lena. Cutie Lena. Lena is a cutie. Are you guys hearing? Oh, Lena. Oh, Lena. Firemac, you have returned. Have you been well? You and the others? As well as can be. We've no shortage of troubles, but we're well enough. The things are much the same for you as they are who are here. My lord is doubtless enjoying himself. He said this to you? These exact words? Oh, to know that he is happy. It fills my heart with joy. Thank you, Firemac, for taking care of him. When next you see him, please tell him not to overexert himself. Futile a request though it is. And tell him that all is well here. The peace you gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more than optimistic for the morrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on over how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of mind that the Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our lord. No one could. So yeah, we need to go in the Crystal Tower. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say there have been. Curious that you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Reen came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. She and other Crystarium youths just hosted a festival, you see. It proved so popular that there are already plans for another celebration. One much bigger than the first. Between her preparations for the festival and the restoration of the empty, she struck me as happy and full of life. So when she saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? Oh yeah, we gotta talk with Reen. You wish to enter the Umbiculus? Very well. I shall fetch the key at once, and take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city. in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity. Shall we say... I will be along as soon as I can. Get to talk to Reen. Get to talk to Reen again. Look at all these people. They must be watching this same cutscene that I'm about to watch. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty registration. So is this going to be one of those... we talk to various people and select things? It didn't say multiple cutscenes. It just said we cannot skip this. So it sounds like one of those things where you have to like talk to the individual people and answer questions. Yep, it's definitely one of those. It always starts like this first-person view. You move one way, we look the other way. Oh, look, there's a new person coming by. Oh, what do you want? In the same song and dance. Do my old eyes deceive? Is that truly Firemac? Hey, it's Big Luke. Big Luke. Hot it is. Full glad am I to see you hale and whole, my friend. What a wonderful surprise to have you back with us, and at this most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling the events from the Flood to the Knight's return. For this project, we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's peoples. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours would be the one to crown them all. I've been asked to continue a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained valuable insights into travel beyond the rift, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds. There is no end to the questions I would ask you, but if you could indulge me just one for now. In your quest to restore the night, you faced many a formidable foe. Among them, who offered you the greatest struggle? Titania, driven mad by light and loneliness? Vothri in his misguided self-righteousness? Hades who bore the burden of his people? This may come as a surprise, but... I'm tempted to answer that, but I'm gonna say Hades. Ah yes, Hades! He who sought to resurrect his ancient brethren. He was the final obstacle in your quest to restore the night, your battle in the depths of the tempest, the stuff of epics. Yet compelling as it is, I worry that mere words wouldn't do justice to that fateful confrontation. Not that we would think to omit it entirely, of course, no, at the very least we will impress upon readers that it was the climax of your hero's journey. I know you'd love to talk his ear off, Morin, but we really should be on our way. Those documents from Realmore won't collect themselves. Of course. Afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your treatise. Till next time then, do tell the others to look after themselves. Our overzealous friend in particular, remind him not to overexert himself again and again till his ears fall off. If that's what it takes for him to take it to heart. Alright, who's next? Oh, music change. Is that the Warrior of Darkness? Oh, it's the kids. It's him! It's really him! What are you doing here? If you're going to battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself. Best not, Riki. You'd only give him a stomach ache. We've come to see you, Morin. To get his advice. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first we need to choose a fighting style. Well, I know that I want to be a mage. Arkil isn't sure. Magic isn't really my thing, so I was thinking of taking up the axe. Or the sword? Or maybe the bow? They all seem alright, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask Warren. He knows about lots of things. He isn't here? Aww. Oh, why don't you have the Warrior of Darkness choose for you? What do you think suits Arkil best? Axe, sword, or bow? He looks like a bow guy. For smiting your opponent, the axe. For protecting your friends, the sword. For fighting and hunting both, the bow. Yes, he looks like a bow guy, doesn't he? He looks like a bow guy. I think he's a bow guy. The bow. If you took up the bow, you could be just like Render Ray, the Warrior of Light. I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today. It's really popular though. I hope it's still there. Thanks for helping me decide Warrior of Darkness. I'll start with that style and maybe try something else later on. When I get really strong, I hope you have a bout with you. I hope to have a bout with you. Okay. Okay. See about that. Now who? Such fun he's been having, basking in the adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. But does he spare a thought for me? Of course not. Wait, I saw something just now. I waited and I waited and I waited, but he won't so much as acknowledge the presence of his beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing, our saplingness, called it cruel and heartless. Feul, I need you? Oh, faithful Feul, loveless of branches, how I've missed you. Don't you have something more important to do, your majesty? Ha! If you truly missed me, you should have cried for me at the top of your lungs the instant you arrived. To make up for it, you will call me with twice the passion next time, though for it to be a next time you've some few struggles to overcome. So, my adorable sapling, the world is on the verge of destruction, is it? Hee, how do I know this? I joined as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. Would that I could aid you in your quest, but the fate of we Fey folk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow, such is our way. The most I could do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. But if escape's not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. Ah, but here you are, you were waiting for, I wonder, what manner of conclusion awaits at this tale's end? Was that it? Hey, there's Reen and Lena. What's up, girls? What's up, ladies? How's it going? My apologies for the delay. Firemac, it's wonderful to see you again. You doubtless much to catching up to. Yes, you doubtless have much catching up to do, so I shall leave you to it. I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbiliculus, and you may enter at your leisure. Yay! 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 It's Reed! Everybody, it's Reed! Everybody, cheer for me! Cheer for me! It's Reed! From the verse! We thought we'd never see you again! Okay, enough of that. I'm relieved to hear that everyone is well. I've had this feeling like a pit in my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Heidelin, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me, a connection to something immense. These past few days, though, that connection has wavered, as if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. And then, the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze, like during the star shower. But then I blinked and everything was normal. The next day no one said a thing. No one else had seen what I had seen. As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment of a half-remembered dream. Firemac? What are you not telling me? I have to know, please! It doesn't matter how terrible it is. Alright, chill. It's a lot to take in, It wasn't my imagination, then. The doom we witnessed in Amarat has come again. I can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the first, so don't worry about us. Please, look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. No, we'll hold on until you can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in purpose beneath a blazing sky. United in purpose, okay. Yay! Was that? I think that was the Shadowbringers and thing. Alright, so cool. I would love to do the next quest. But here's the thing. I think I need to go to sleep because of my sleep. Well, hold on. Let me just end. I'm gonna end the episode, okay? So, this is Firemac saying, Toodles! See you next time.